my name is Jasmine McDonald. Welcome to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, I post ballet and fitness related videos every single Tuesday, Thursday, and now Sundays. And if you're new here, you may as well hit that subscribe button because you're already here anyway. So as part of my tips for technique series, this tip is going to be talking about turnout, everything related to turnout and everything having to do with turnout. I'm gonna put a link in the description to an article down below in this little box right here. So go ahead and click that. It'll take you to a study on Dance Magazine, I'm pretty sure. You can read more about the science behind turnout and the depth that it really goes to. But today I'm just going to be giving you 3 simple exercises to help build strength in your turnout. Couple things about turnout. Most people think, oh, you need to have perfect turnout to be a dancer. That is a total myth. You can be an amazing and incredible dancer without perfect turnout. I am one of those dancers without perfect turnout. I actually broke my hip because I tried so hard to sustain turnout that wasn't meant for me. So I hope that these helpful tips will help you. Let me know in the comments down below if these help you and if you tried them. So first things first, turnout, to understand it, doesn't just come from the feet. So a lot of the time when you see ballerinas or videos of some technique classes, people are trying to turn out just from the feet. And then they tell you, oh, you have to squeeze your butt. But that's not just the extent of turnout. Turnout is a lot of things. It's the strength of your core, your pelvic floor, your greater trochanter, and your inner thighs. All of these things around your pelvis are involved in turnout. So I'm also going to put in the card up here a couple of exercises to help with that I've already made. That's a full workout / floor work class. So I'll put that right up here for you if you want to skip ahead to that. The first exercise I'm going to show you is really just going to be simple and standing. Now you can repeat this as well sitting down, either on a chair, on a ball if you want to stabilize your core a little bit more, or sitting completely on the floor if you're injured. These are also really great exercises to help you if you're injured and you want to keep up with your technique. So first things first, always make sure you're warm before you start any exercises, and consult in your physician and your doctor if you're injured, and your dance teacher if you want to move forward with some things. So first things first, when you're just standing normally, you don't want to be sticking out your gluteus maximus. You want to make sure that you're using your inner thighs and using your pelvic floor. I'm also going to put a link in the description box below for some pelvic floor exercises. You want to imagine that you're pulling something up. You're not tucking under, but you're pulling something up from the hip bones, and you want them both to face the same direction as well as stand the same level. So not pulling up one more than the other. That's going to lead to a lot of back pain. Already standing here in a really good position, you want to make sure your knees are also facing forward. So you do have to use turnout a little bit when you're standing parallel, believe it or not. I know we're parallel, but you have to use a little bit of turnout here. So first things first, if you're bow-legged like I am, this is the natural standing position, and you want to rotate a little bit there, sitting back in your hyperextension. So the first exercise we're going to be doing is just lifting one leg, keeping your hips stable, turning out and turning in. You can repeat this sitting on an exercise ball, and that'll help stabilize your core a little bit more challenging. But just to start out, just start like this, standing, and you don't want to crank it like this and then steal from your standing hip. You just want to stay standing and not move this hip, and that's your turnout. You're going to step forward there and do the same with the other one, and that's how you're going to prepare bar. I know it's not that turned out, but work with me in that. So that's the first one to start doing every time you have class. Do this every time you go into 5th position. Keep your hips level, turn out, step on it, turn out the back one, the same thing, and then find your 5th. Rather than cramping your feet into a 5th like this and trying to sustain it when it's really not your strength or capability. The next exercise I'm going to be showing you is standing on your supporting leg, and you're going to be standing like you do proprioception, with your knee over your toe and your hip over your knee, really balanced on your leg. I also have a balancing tip. If you want to check that, I'll put that up here. Standing like this in a coupe with one leg next to your standing leg. You're going to rotate both at the same time. You're going to keep your whole foot flat on the floor, and you're not going to steal from the standing leg to get more turnout. That's when people start to go wrong on their balance. People tend to steal from their standing leg to try to turn out more in the working leg. You've seen that at bar before, where they go like this, they kind of sit into that hip. That leads to a lot of hip injuries, knee injuries, ankle injuries, all that stuff. So you want to be one hand on the bar, and you're going to turn away from the bar, keeping this leg still. You don't want to move it that much. You want to rotate both, so the movement actually starts from your greater trochanter, this part right underneath your femur right here. You're going to feel it as soon as you hit that. it. You're gonna feel that. Start by going away from the bar, and then once you're comfortable, try to take one hand off the bar into first position and try a plie. And just stay there, and then stretch and try to rotate and sustain your turnout. You're just going to plie without wobbling the ankles like I am, and stretch. If you need, you can hang onto a bar in front of you, but that's all you're going to be doing to work on your turnout and sustaining your turnout and your sustaining leg. And last exercise we're going to be working on is laying down on the floor, so get ready and lay down on the floor. But you're going to lay down on your stomach. Now, when you're on your stomach, you're not going to let it hang like this and let your belly fall to the floor. You want to try to raise your belly button off the floor so that you're actually activating your pelvic floor and your abdominals and your core, your entire core. From here, you're going to keep your legs parallel. Now, turn out from here. You're going to feel your glutes here. Turn out from here. You're just going to simply open a little bit, hovering off the floor, still belly button hovering off the floor, and close. Once you get comfortable with that, you're going to lift one leg off the floor, open, try to sustain where your hips are. You don't want to wobble one hip to one side and lose the turnout in your standing leg. So you lift it, you open, keeping your hip bones where they are, bring it back and close. The same on the second side, lift it, open, sustaining where your hip bones are, keeping your pelvic floor lifted, and close. That one you're going to feel a lot and the greater trochanter once again. Thank you so much for watching today. Let me know in the comments down below if this was helpful, and let me know if you want to see a part 2 of this, because there's definitely a plethora of exercises that you can do at home safely. Have a great rest of your day, stay safe, and bye now.